Welcome back for another USCIS case processing times update. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm Puyan Darian. I only practice immigration law and I make these videos for your benefit. So today we're going to be discussing three different topics that are related. The first one is we're going to go through the exact timeline for one of my recent green card cases, including exact dates of filing and when the case will conclude. We're also going to be going through things that could delay your green card application process. And finally, we're going to discuss what you need to do if you want to reschedule your green card interview. So what I'm holding in front of me is a green card interview notice for one of my most recent cases. And this is a green card application through marriage to a US citizen spouse. And the city in which the green card interview is scheduled is Philadelphia. This can give you some idea of what the green card timeline could look like if you applied around this time. So we submitted everything, the green card application, the work permit, advance parole, the whole package, in May 26, 2022. The work permit was approved and mailed out on July 7th, 2022. So pretty fast, maybe like 6 weeks after we mailed it out, we received the work permit. Then we received the interview appointment notice for the green card interview on November 17th, 2022. And the interview is scheduled for December 16th, 2022. So in a few weeks, they will have their final green card interview, and this is in Philadelphia. So as you could see, it was pretty fast. Start to finish, it was like 7 months. That's pretty much what you should expect if you're living in the Philadelphia area. Actually, in New York, we're seeing similar time frames, but it varies, depends on how backed up the city in which you're living might be at their local USCIS office. The next topic I want to discuss is what may cause a delay in your green card application process. And there are two main things that I want to discuss here. The first one is if you make a mistake or you fail to submit the proper documents for your affidavit of support and you receive a request for evidence for any documents in your green card application, that will delay your green card interview. And it can delay it by 90 or more days. It depends on what the exact situation is and how long it takes you to respond to the request for evidence. The second thing that can cause a much more substantial delay, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this in the last part of the video, is rescheduling your green card interview. So this interview notice specifically indicates that you can reschedule if you're experiencing any symptoms of illness or if you're at a heightened risk due to age or any underlying health condition and you would like to reschedule your green card appointment. If you do reschedule your green card appointment, the way you do it is by calling the 1-800-USCIS number and speaking with a representative and indicating that you want to reschedule. I strongly urge you that if you do this, to write down the confirmation number that they give you at the end of the call and save that for your records, because countless times I have seen USCIS say that they're going to reschedule, and then a few months later, we get a denial notice saying you just failed to show up to your green card interview. And we can get the case reopened if you can show that you actually made the effort to reschedule the interview. Unless you're actually sick or at a heightened risk of illness, I would strongly discourage you from rescheduling your green card interview. Because in my experience and with several of my cases, rescheduling has caused a delay of over 1 year. So for example, someone filed a green card application last July 2021, and their interview was scheduled for like January 2022, and they had to reschedule. So we rescheduled the interview and we still have not received the new interview appointment notice. In other cases of mine, we've seen delays of 12 or 13 months where we've rescheduled. So my general advice to my clients is do not reschedule unless you have absolutely no other choice. You might be watching this video and saying, hey, I filed my green card application before the example you gave in this video, and I'm still waiting. I've been waiting for over a year. And let me just say, you're not alone. This is an example of a recent case that was filed in May. During this summer, there was a push to accelerate cases, and this client is just one of the lucky few who got through the entire process in like 7 months. I'm expecting more substantial delays in 2023. So if your case is taking longer than 7 months, it's not any cause for concern. One other thing I want to mention is that there's no way to accelerate your case interview. Calling USCIS or bugging your lawyer is not going to accelerate any process. If it is dramatically outside of case processing times, you can submit an e-request through the USCIS website, but in my experience, it's not that helpful. All right, guys, as always, leave your comments below. If you are interested in more video topics that are similar to this, let me know. If you want similar videos, also be sure to leave a thumbs up because that's the only way I can know what kind of content to create for you guys. If there are specific topics you want me to address, always put it in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next week for another immigration video.